Morning students. Today we are going to cover two main topic of this chapter, breathing and exchange of gases, and the name of the topics are pulmonary volumes and pulmonary capacities. These two topics are very important for your annual exams as well as your for NEET exams also. Multiple choice questions are also uh, covered in this portion. So let's start. Pulmonary volumes and capacities. What is pulmonary volumes? The quantity of air, the quantity of air that a person can receive or hold or expel under normal condition. Means the volume or the quantity of air that I can receive, I can hold or I can expel under normal condition is known as pulmonary volume or lung volume, and the sum of these volumes combine to form pulmonary capacity. Two or more than two volumes get combined to form pulmonary capacity. So in the first point, the quantity of air the lungs can receive, hold or expel under different conditions are called as pulmonary volumes or lung volumes, and pulmonary capacity refer to the combination of two or more pulmonary volumes is known as pulmonary capacity. And the instrument that is used to record the, you can say, volume of air that is intake or outtake by the human body, the instrument used is known as spirometer. Spirometer is that instrument that is used for the volume for recording the volume of air that is used or that is expelled during normal condition or during different conditions, and the process of recording is known as spirometry. The process of recording is known as spirometry, and this spirometry process release or this spirometry process produce a graph known as spirogram, and this graph shows the changes in the pulmonary volumes and pulmonary capacities. This graph will represent the change in the pulmonary volume of one individual with respect to other. So the instrument is known as spirometer, the process is known as spirometry, and the graph that is produced is known as spirogram. These are some pulmonary volumes and pulmonary capacities. This is the graph, or you can say that this is the spirographic record for a male. And by discussing the definitions, that is that will we cover in the next slides, we can easily cover this graph also. Uh, I am giving here just a hint. Here, the tidal volume value is 500 ml. What is tidal volume? I will explain in next slide. And inspiratory reserve volume is near about 3000. Expiratory reserve volume is near about 1100 or 1200. Residual volume is near about the value of residual volume is near about 1000 or 1100 ml, and these volumes combine to form capacities known as inspiratory capacity. At first instance, maybe you don't understand this graph, but when we cover this whole slides in today's lecture, then we will easy understand this graphical representation also. So let's move to the definitions and the concept. Next, first, what is tidal volume? Tidal volume, it is the volume of air that is inspired or expired under normal condition. Means when we breathe, the total volume of air that we intake or the total volume of air that we expel is known as tidal volume, and the value of tidal volume is 500 ml. Means during one tidal volume, the amount intake air is 500 ml. Out of 500 ml of inspired air, only 350 ml of fresh air reaches the alveoli portion. This is known as alveolar volume, and rest 150 ml of the air will remain in the respiratory tract. Rest 150 ml will remain in the respiratory tract. So this area is known as anatomically dead space, and the volume, the 150 ml value, is known as dead space volume. Physiological dead space include anatomical dead space, and the space is non-functional alveoli. Means physiological dead space is that value in which the anatomical dead space or non-functional alveoli dead space is considered in physiological dead space. I'm again repeating, the anatomical dead space area and the area before the alveoli portion or the non-functional alveolar area is known as physiological dead space. So in physiological dead space, no gaseous exchange will take place, so it is not useful for gaseous exchange. only gaseous exchange will take place in alveolar portion. During heavy exercise or during exercise, the tidal volume is near about 4 to 10 times. Means during normal condition, the value of tidal volume is 500 ml, but during higher exercise or strenuous exercise, then the value of the tidal volume will increase 4 times or 5 times or 6 times. Hope you understand that. Again repeating, tidal volume is the normal volume of air that we inhale or exhale during normal breath, and the value is 500 ml. Yes, next, inspiratory reserve volume. Next definition is inspiratory reserve volume. It is the extra amount of air that can be inhaled forcefully. It is the extra amount of air that can be inspired forcefully. Forcefully, the amount of air that we can inhale is known as inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume. I am again repeating. It is the extra amount of air that we can inhale forcefully. Normal volume is this, normal breathe is this, normal inhale, normal exhale. And in IRV, the inspiration rate is, you can say the inspiration will be forcefully. Look at me, this high extra amount of forcefully the air we intake is known as inspiratory reserve volume. Its value is near about 2500 to 300 ml. It is the deepest possible inspiration. Deepest possible inspiration. Next is ERV. ERV is expiratory reserve volume. It is the amount of air that can be expired by forceful expiration. By forceful expiration is known as expiratory reserve volume, and its value is near about 1000 to 1100 ml. Then residual volume. Residual volume is the volume of air that left behind in lungs. Tidal volume is the normal volume. Tidal volume is the normal volume. Inspiratory reserve volume is the forcefully we can inhale. Expiratory reserve volume is the forcefully we can exhale. And residual volume, it is the volume of air that left behind in the lung alveoli. So its value is near about 1500 ml. And residual volume can never be expelled out. This volume of air can never be expelled out of our body. Yes. Next is inspiratory capacity. And inspiratory capacity is represented by IC. Here IRV is typed. This is a typing error by me. So I'm cutting this. Yes. IC is inspiratory capacity. IC is inspiratory capacity. And FRC is functional residual capacity. And VC is vital capacity. So let's start with inspiratory capacities. What is capacity? Capacity is the sum of the volumes. Sum of volume is known as capacity. So what is inspiratory capacity? The amount of air a person can inhale to a maximum level, means inspiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus forcefully that I can inhale. So it is the sum of inspiratory reserve volume plus TV is known as inspiratory capacity, and its range is near about 3500 ml. And inspiratory capacity is equal to, can be given as IRV plus TV. FRC is functional residual capacity. It is the amount of air that left in the lung after normal expiration. After normal expiration, the amount of air that will remain in lung is known as FRC, and it is equal to the sum of ERV plus RV. ERV plus RV combined to form FRC. Its value is near about 2500 ml. FRC is equal to ERV plus RV, that is 1000 plus 1500 is equal to 2500 ml. Next is vital capacity. Vital capacity is the maximum amount of air that can be expelled from the lungs by forceful exhalation after a forced inhalation. Vital capacity is the maximum amount of air that can be expelled. It is the maximum amount of air that can be expelled from the lungs by forceful exhalation after a forced inhalation. And the value of vital capacity is equal to TV plus IRV, PV plus IRV plus ERV. Three volumes combined to form vital capacity of lungs, and the range of vital capacity is near about 3.5 to 4.5 liter. And in athletes or mountain dwellers or men's, the value of vital capacity is higher than non-athletes or plain dwellers or women. So next, yes, next is TLC, that is total lung capacity. Total lung capacity, and as the name suggests, it is the total volume of air, or the total amount of air a lung can have, or maximum volume of air that a lung can have. So it is the sum of all the volumes. So total lung capacity is equal to vital capacity plus RV, and it will near about 5 to 6 liter on an average. So this is all about pulmonary volumes and pulmonary capacities. This topic is very important. You may ask 1 marks question, 2 marks question, or 3 marks question from this topic, uh, straightforward also, or in MCU's format also. This topic can be used. So this is all about. Thank you.